Welcome everybody to episode 14 of Neptunia 1 for the YouTube channel. I am joined by my friend David. Say hello to the people.
Great everyone, Lucky Boy here, joining in for this episode too.
Yep. As you can see, at the start of the episode, I have grinded. I have jumped from level 18 to level 41 in Rebirth 1. I have jumped from the early 10s into the late 30s for Reverse. However, for the original Neptunia, I have not done any grinding besides getting outfits. Paranoia.
Shut up. Can you still hear me? I just got a notification on my wife. Okay, bring chair. I just got a notification on my Wi-Fi got disconnected, but looks like it's still fine.
Okay. David, your thoughts on the Neptunia series as of this series? Go.
The first game is way much different compared to way different to the others I saw. Like before this, I only know Neptunia 1 from the Rebirth games. I never knew about. I thought that God dang it, my tongue. I had thought that the original was just like that, just like they were just retaining the original, but no, they are cutting off a lot. The original game is much different than I expected at all.
Given Rebirth 1 Plus comes out on the PlayStation 4 very soon, I believe, for the Western audience, David, are you gonna take this raw footage and then edit over your gameplay on the top right corner?
Dude, don't even freaking know.
Yeah, that's a...
we'll see. I don't know, we'll see about that.
Yeah, you're free to use this footage however you want, and this is an open invitation for anybody who plays Neptunia. If you played Rebirth Plus and want to edit your gameplay on the top right, you're free to use this footage. Because I'm curious to see how you would do it. Anyhow, I must say that it's so jarring looking at the really high quality sprites in Reverse, and then looking at the lower quality but more stylized sprites in Rebirth 1. And it really is jarring because when you look at the original game, they don't even look like the same characters in every aspect. Sure, the base design, the skeleton of the character is there, but the little details that just don't exist in the original because it didn't happen yet is crazy noticeable the longer you've been playing.
They just made it like the music glitching out, or is that just me?
I think that the music is glitching out. I'm not gonna lie, my PlayStation 3 is very old. And I don't think it has many more years with me.
Hey, look, Purple Heart using the power of Labo.
Are you eating?
No.
What are you doing?
I'm just trying to get my voice. I can't speak with somebody. I don't know why.
Or no,
I was trying to say, Purple Heart is using the power of Nintendo Labo.
Oh, the freaking cardboard cutout that they sold to people?
Yes.
I can't believe they got away with that shit. I actually can't.
I'm on a roll today. Ouch!
Neither can I.
Yep.
You better give me
But that's life.
for switching.
Absolutely, that's life. Yep.
Let's play, correct?
Like, what next? They're gonna try to use... They're gonna try to make... I don't know, what's next? They're gonna try to make playable bubble wrap.
Kinda tickled.
Didn't SpongeBob do a parody of that?
Correct?
I believe so.
I have no idea.
As you can see, my characters are in the 40s, despite the fact that we still haven't even left the First Nation.
My turn.
Meanwhile, we've been through
what?
all 3 nations in the original game.
Kinda tickled.
Wait, you mean in Rebirth and Rebirth we haven't even left Planet Dune?
No, we haven't left last station, I believe.
Oh,
Get out of my
wow.
sight, damn it!
No, that's wrong. I'm thinking way far back. No, we've already been to every nation. It's just that we skipped so much content that I forgot we didn't do the things that we were supposed to do in the nations. I misspoke. Anyhow, the White Heart fight for the millionth time. Why? Did they not see how monotonous this would be to commentate over?
I don't know if they cared about commentary at the time making those.
Because gameplay-wise and story-wise, this is great. This is great stuff. But, man, this is tedious. Also, I believe I actually one-cycle Whiteheart in this fight. I believe she doesn't get a single turn.
Oh, wow.
Dead serious. I think I don't give her a freaking turn to fight.
You better give me something later.
Or if I do give her a turn, it's such a small turn that it's over anyways. Do I give her a turn? I have no idea. Now I'm curious to see this fight. This is what I'm really interested in.
So Mara, that's what I have to know too.
Oh no, she got a
Where's your
turn.
foolishness?
But dude, no shot. Look at how little damage I took.
Yikes. You're way over level.
I haven't. This is funny thing. This is the one game I didn't grind in.
I've been waiting for this.
For those of you who don't know, I am playing on the hard mode for
Not easy
Reverse
for the
and
battle.
Rebirth 1. I turned on Fortify Enemies.
Count on me.
So this is pretty much the most difficult experience you're gonna get. This is basically Autist difficulty. This isn't difficulty for the layman. The layman will turn off weakened enemies and just, you know, go to ham.
I can still get stronger.
No, here's what I'm on. No, how come they're re-releasing the games only on PS4?
Because you can play it through back compat.
I mean, I suppose that makes sense.
Her guard's
But
down.
do,
Go.
are they sure it's going to work?
Get her from both
Some
sides.
PS4 games don't work properly on PS5.
While true, I promise you, considering these things were made with PlayStation architecture in mind, I'm actually quite confident that it'll work.
That's my category as double versus.
Well, you gotta realize that Neptunia
Beat the heck
was literally a PlayStation exclusive, dude, for a while. So I think this case it'll work.
Nep can't remember her past.
Yeah, fun fact, Neptunia ports historically always came super late. They were typically Sony exclusives. As a matter of fact, at time of release, Hyperdimension Neptunia on PlayStation 3 and Gojigen Gamer Neptunia Reverse on PlayStation 5 are still PlayStation exclusive. Not even available on my PC without emulations.
Human world. It's really uncomfortable.
Please tell me you got that reference.
I don't even have the energy left.
No, sorry.
Damn it! Yeah, for example, you see Whiteheart's hat here. The hat looks different from not Whiteheart. Yeah, Whiteheart because they don't call him blonde yet. Yeah, Whiteheart's hat
Yeah.
in the original game looks different from how it looks in human form in the other game.
Absolute worst time
It's
to
a
be
lot
away from the Basilicon.
More of a muted color.
Is also Neptune.
Because that's one thing
Yeah.
that I really liked about the original Neptunia is how grounded, like despite the fact the designs absolutely are fantastical, because of the muted colors and because of the environments, you could always tell like, yeah, this is probably what it would look like if you decided to recreate it, as opposed to how, I guess, plastic the outfits look in the newer games.
Huh.
Because I mean, the most recent game that I played, Game Maker Revolution, I don't know what it is, but Nepgear looks like she's made out of plastic.
We'll take you to town. I'm fine. I can walk on my own.
Weird.
Hey,
Yeah.
can do. There are
Although-
a lot of monsters wandering around.
Bring a card changes.
Dangerous.
Look at Revoice and Rebirth.
Just
Yeah.
let me know where you live
Like,
and we'll help you get
Hold on, well, I gotta wait till Whiteheart shows up back in Reverse, but like,
I said
you can see there's a clear difference in color between the two.
There's a clear difference in color between the characters. IF and IF look like two different games, despite the fact
Yeah.
that Reverse, to be fair,
What's up, compa?
legitimately is a remake in that it's not the same source code. But dude, you could trick me. You could actually trick me that it is.
Bye.
But the thing is that I know for a fact that the engine is different.
Safer to stick with
And then
us.
the funniest thing is they completely crap on this engine and make a completely new engine for
You're lost. huh?
Neptunia Sister Sisters.
It's much safer. Otherwise, Compa's gonna have a
Because that game runs on a completely new engine that was designed to be the future of Neptunia, but I think that the main company that makes up games, because I really do believe that they wanted to make the action style RPG the primary RPG as opposed to the turn-based one, because a lot of people think that turn-based RPGs are old-fashioned.
What? Found
But the
something?
problem is
Right.
Neptunia is a series for people who play a lot of older games. They wouldn't make references to Captain Tsubasa if they thought this was a game for the modern audience. Like, I'm sorry, this game is not for new people. This is for long-time, I guess, video game players. People who know the history.
I didn't
At
think
the
we
very
had to
least, the
report a lost
basic
child
history.
at our age. Has she said anything yet?
And it's quite noticeable, I would argue,
You're like a
especially in
spy
Rebirth 3, where they're just making references to things that ain't nobody remember. Like the PC engine. Who the hell's gonna remember that?
Iffy, my coaxing isn't working.
I doubt anyone will.
Like, I know what it
What?
is, but damn near no one does.
Why don't you two take a little walk
Also,
outside?
I really hope that when July does come and we get the new NEP announcement, that it's actually good.
You sure? Why?
Please.
Iffy.
That's what I'm hoping too. I really having high hope for this next game.
Bye. Have
Please, guys, besides Final Fantasy, this is the only RPG I actually still give a shit about.
Not even Pokemon?
Hello, hello.
I really don't give a
I'll
shit
take
about
shopping.
Pokemon. I like the combat in Pokemon, but to be honest, I stopped caring about the lore, the Pokemon designs, whatever. I think the battle system's cool, but I stopped. I genuinely don't care anymore.
She's such a baby, huh? Don't want to talk yet?
To be honest, even with Legends Arceus, a game I praised a lot, I could not tell you any of the new Pokemon off memory. Like, I really couldn't.
Oh, that's way harsh.
Huh.
What?
I could.
Got it?
Well, yeah, because
Yeah,
you're
easily.
still diehard into the series, I would argue.
Overquill, Nidalai, Ursaluna, and Namareth, Origin from Dialga, Origin from Palkia, Hisuian Abalog, Cleavor, Weirdeer.
Yeah, exactly. You're proving my point. I recognize Cleavor and then the origin forms. That's about it.
Yeah, make me a pretty creepy
That's
person.
kind of been a thing for me. Like, once I understand Pokemon, I may not remember them immediately, but if you show me a picture of one, I will immediately know the name.
Yeah, I think that's a big difference between me. Like, after Gen 4, I really stopped caring about the lore. I did follow the Gen 5 stuff, it's just, man,
But you're at least honest.
it's
I
like,
you.
I don't know what it is, but after Black and White 2, the series took a freaking nosedive in terms of coolness for me, in terms of the writing, not necessarily the gameplay. Also, look at the different color for the Killachine here. This is a very blatant choice.
No, I'm not.
Let's see, in one game it's clearly red,
And the other one is
and
green.
the other...
Your name. Won't you
What?
at least
It's a nice
give me your
green
name?
color.
I even bought your crate.
That is... Oh yeah, that's clearly blatant
Let's go get this monster.
difference.
Yeah, you can see that they're actually using the lighting engine in Reverse as opposed to Rebirth 1, which uses tricks that old Xbox games used to do and embed the lighting into the model.
The more the merrier, I guess.
For example, I think one of the most famous cases of embedding lighting is Sonic Adventure. There's actually a different model of Sonic depending on the level in order to emulate different lighting.
Yeah, sure. I'm praising your bravery for charging
Because
the battle
dynamic
against
lighting
monsters
didn't
with a
exist yet.
variously oversized
That
syringe.
was too advanced.
You're definitely mocking me.
The problem is now every modern developer wants to use dynamic lighting because it's, oh my goodness, Unreal Engine can do that. Yeah, but you also lag your game like awful. Also, Compa, put something else on. It's too cold outside.
Yeah, what the hell? Oh my god, this girl's walking out in the sun in a bikini? What is this? What is this? Russia sunbathing?
There was a
Like,
there was a book I read, and it was like this one girl was trying to infiltrate this cabin, and like dead serious when they went to get changed into warmer clothing. I was like, dude, that's basically a bikini. I'm like, there's no shot that this is what the author was thinking. Like, okay, dude,
Bro,
the
the-
author was just mad horny, bro.
where was the what were you wearing? What's it from?
Items are
It's like a book that I rented from the library.
Oh,
It was many years ago. It's just, I mean, it's still not as bad as Stephen King though, where it's like, she launched the rock from the slingshot, and her nipples became rock hard. He's talking about Beverly when she's 11. It's like, what the fuck are you writing, Stephen King?
what drug were they on?
Cocaine. Like, he actually admitted when he wrote it, he was on cocaine, because that shit was still legal.
Oh,
Yeah. Or it's like the scene was like, she could tell that she's gotten older because the size of her breasts were altered. It's like, what the hell are you on? Like, dude, if you ever read it, I'm telling you, Stephen King, freaking masterclass of character writing. But for some reason, I think he was just mad horny over Beverly the whole book. Like,
But
every
she was-
scene with Beverly, you could tell it was with one hand.
oh my god.
Like, dude wrote a freaking child orgy just so that the characters could run a train on her. That shit was crazy. Like, there's moments where I'm like, okay, I get it, it's spooky because it's a really uncomfortable material, but it gets to the point where you tell it so matter-of-factly that I just can't help but laugh by how freaking over the top it is.
Yeah.
And also, like, somehow Beverly's clothing will, like, magically disappear between scenes. It's the most tragic shit. And it's not even like it's confined to just adult Beverly. No. He does it with child Beverly, too. Like, this is ecchi anime levels of clothing disappearing, dude.
Isn't her whole story about how she's trying to get over her father and how he's kind of like, how he like molests her?
Oh, it's even worse than that, because not only does that happen, but it also altered her mind so that as an adult she would seek abusers. Because she wouldn't be attracted to non-abusers, and it isn't until Ben treats her right that she discovers, hey, I'm actually attracted to non-abusive people.
Oh my god, what the heck? Stephen King, what the heck?
Also, random difficulty spike between the versions. Why are there 3 of them? You see this shit?
I have no idea. What the hell? What BS?
It was so funny because I played Rebirth 1 after I played Reverse, and I said, that's not right. There's 3 of them here. It's like, oh right, they changed that shit. Because Reverse is hard as fuck for no reason half the time.
We found an item.
I will say, that's the thing about turn-based RPGs, right? Younger people cannot fathom that idea. Because they weren't from an era where games still were sprite-based.
Ready for a battle?
Now you could say, but Miguel, they still make sprite-based games to this day. True. But those are not for young people. Those are boomer games. Okay? Because I was playing Lost Ruins on my Steam Deck, and my cousin was watching me play, and he's like, yo, show me a game from the 80s. And he deadass didn't know that I was playing a game from the modern day. It just was sprite-based.
Wow.
Because to be fair, in the 80s, it literally was sprite-based gaming.
True, it was.
So they just associate sprite-based game as old. Turn-based combat is old. It's not modern combat. Pokemon gets away with it just because, holy shit, dude, they're freaking Pokemon, and the games are not the biggest benefactor. That's not what's making them the most money. The thing that's making them the most money is the merchandise. As we've established during the Pokemon Violet playthrough, and let us never speak of that playthrough again.
Please.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this.
Anyhow, we're fighting the Cleone again. I don't know why I made the freaking stupid deal to show off every Cleone, but I'm gonna stick to it. I don't even remember who I made the deal to. I just told someone I would do it.
Huh. Weird.
I forgot who told me to do it, but I was like, okay, I'll do it.
Do you regret it?
No! I was gonna fight them anyways. They're great XP. It's just I don't remember why I truly said I'm gonna show all the Cleone off. I mean, it's kind of like with Frontiers, how I said I would hunt down every medal. I did. It's just... Was it worth it? No, it was not. It was absolutely not worth it.
Switch, please. I've been waiting for this.
Yep. There's our boy, the Cleone, taking hits. As you can see, this is why Rebirth 1 is stuck with black screen of death half the time. It's because they just make it so easy.
Yeah. Compared to the other games, the game's pretty simple.
I want to be stronger.
Yeah. If you have a button, just suck on it, it allows the saliva to flow through you, which gets rid of the talking problem.
A button?
Like a sewing button, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any.
Okay. Suddenly lag in the original game. What happened?
Not well, like I said, the PS3 isn't doing much. Well,
Good. It's running like shit. That's what's happening.
I think mine can still go pretty well, surprisingly.
Well, the thing is, I actually have had it the whole time. From the beginning. And I've been using it to play 06 over and over again.
Oh, that makes sense.
Man, I love that little pose that Uzume does. It's so cute.
You better get me something later for switching.
Anyhow, Ganache, man, they added so much detail to him in the remake. Look, as much as people like to harp on Reverse for just being the same game done again, they really did go all out trying to make the game look better. Okay? Like, I can tell, I can appreciate it. Despite what some people may claim. This does modernize Neptunia 1, because holy shit, Rebirth 1 is an outdated game.
I've been waiting for this.
Yeah.
Not easy.
Oh, the most insane part of me is that for the Japanese script, they made the change, but in the English script, they still left in Neptune going, last time on Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 1, in Neptunia Reverse.
Wow.
Come on, guys, you couldn't be bothered to change that for your English fans?
That wasn't enough to take me
How
down.
dare you?
Yay! I leveled up.
Level up.
You know?
All right.
Yeah, I don't know why they kind of kept that out. Kept that in.
Yeah, I don't know either. But what I do know is
I
that
think we're getting better at this.
we spent that long fighting the Cleone, that's outrageous.
familiar.
Anyhow.
Wow.
Nep, Compa,
Anyhow,
we've got to pull a
we need to help Neptune. However, dun dun dun, we have to fight Whiteheart again.
Again?
She's not acting like before. She doesn't look like she's here to fight.
How many times, guys? How many
Open it up.
times?
She's coming towards us.
I'm not gonna lie.
I was wrong.
I kind of understand why Reverse and Rebirth 1 cut out all the damn CPU fights.
Coming from above. Watch out.
Commentating over this is getting monotonous. How often can we say we're fighting Whiteheart again? Like, I get it. Sega and Nintendo, destined rivals, they fought each other so many times. Okay, I get it. But we really couldn't work in one vert fight? Not a single one? Outside of the secret true ending?
My turn.
And post-game? That requires DLC to even access?
Switch.
I mean, what do you think, David?
I've been waiting.
I don't even quite know. Say again.
Not easy
We
being
couldn't
idle.
even get one vert fight outside of the secret true ending, as well as a DLC fight that you need, that you even need to get to the post game to even access.
Getting hurt.
I won't hesitate to
I
use more.
guess not for some reason. I know. Which is weird. Makes no sense. We fight the others a lot, so but not Vert? Come on. What? Were they afraid of Xbox for some reason?
Well, the truth is they only fought one time, and that was Dreamcast versus Xbox.
You can finish.
And to be fair, it wasn't
Oh.
even Xbox that defeated them, it was the Sony PlayStation 2. What is going on in this episode?
glad you
What am I doing? What am I doing?
I don't know.
I think
Meanwhile, in Reaper, you're looking at CGs,
My
which
turn.
is good. Just have some good CG.
I agree with you, but what does this have to do with the
I won't mind if
playthrough?
You count on me next time too.
I have no idea.
Feel the energy.
I think you just wanted to see them and just try to take a look.
But I left it in?
I lose
Okay.
again. To Neptune.
To be
Any
fair,
Impossible.
it's better than just having a black screen.
True.
Once more.
Also, Whiteheart defeated for the
Wait, though.
umpteenth
They're not
time.
usually weak people.
Yeah.
See, this is why they'll never re-release Neptunia 1, because the normal people won't understand how the greatness of the game. They'll just say that you fight Whiteheart 30 bajillion times and get mad.
I want to hear you say that shit to me.
Yeah.
You didn't want anything to do with it. You ran. Whoa. What's this?
It sounds like I'm actually sad, but I'm really not. I'm just hamming it up for the camera.
Everything. Because you're so damn
Anyhow,
honest. You just
the
wanted to know
greatest-
everything.
The greatest way to show that something is burning, you just add a red tint to the dungeon, as shown in Reverse.
Wow.
I don't wanna-
There is a fire going on. How do they show
I
it?
still wanna travel
By
with
showing
you,
a red tint every
How can you
few
let your excuse
moments
be
or so.
something trivial? It's
I
not
think
trivial.
for some reason I saw blue
I
instead.
don't wanna. It's my life.
I
and it
think
means
you
a
might
lot
be
to me.
colorblind, my
So
friendo.
you're running
I am not.
again.
I am not
You don't wanna
colorblind,
know?
despite what doctors
Because you're a
say.
fucking scared coward.
Yeah,
That's fine.
sure, buddy, oh pal of mine, I trust you.
That was a pretty
I
dramatic
am not
discussion, but
colorblind.
real heated and
Okay.
emotional. You done? Yep. I didn't learn nothing, but I'm done. Okay. Then shall we commence tickle tour?
Are you gonna elaborate? I've been waiting on you.
No, don't. I
What?
told her I didn't want
Never
to
mind.
know
Elaborate-
anything anymore. Were you
elaborate on
really
what?
listening?
You not being colorblind?
Yeah.
What outfit is Rom's outfit?
Personally, I'm
What
still
color is
curious,
Rom's outfit?
But it's your business.
Black.
Good.
That's right.
Yeah.
If Nap Nap is okay now,
Why did you elaborate on? I'm just not colorblind. Why that's surprising?
Dude, there's footage of you getting the names of colors completely wrong on this channel. It's so funny. If I'm not gonna do it, but I would love to hunt down those clips. Cause that shit was funny as
That does not prove anything. Not at all.
Dude, you weren't even in the same ballpark. Like, if you said Indigo versus Cyan, whatever. But dude, we were looking at something red and you said it was green.
I hope we'll
It was the
find
lighting.
Okay. I will trust you. Anyhow, I believe this is a mandatory fight, otherwise I don't know why I would... why do I have such a hard-on for Uzume when I'm recording Reverse?
obtained treasure.
You ever notice that?
What?
Like, if you ever watch the footage, like, if you ever actually sit down and pay attention to the footage, I am just, like, gawking at Uzume, and I am leering at Kampa for some reason.
Huh.
Like, it's actually creepy watching it back.
I don't notice.
Because you and I are so desensitized to it, but I'm actually paying attention to it. It's like, man. Like, Like, maybe they do know their target audience.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, it's like,
Yeah.
for whatever reason, when Neptunia, it's like, I genuinely like the gameplay more than I like the characters. Okay, but then again, whenever I say that, it's like, yeah, next thing you're gonna tell me you read Playboy for the articles. And then I thought about it.
Go treasure
Even
hunting?
if you did legitimately read Playboy for the articles, no one believes you. Not a goddamn chance.
I never even had a Playboy magazine in my life. I've never seen one.
We used to trade them in middle school. That was so cool. Shit was so stupid. Like, if we got caught, that would have been the biggest scandal known to... I mean, thinking back, it was really stupid that we just, like, left them in the lockers. We were so lucky that nobody checked.
Is that against school rules?
Yeah, you can't have porn on school grounds. That's illegal.
No, I mean, against school rules for faculty to check lockers.
No, it's not.
Try me from any angle.
You kidding
Huh.
me? That's 100% legal. Okay, we don't want another Columbine.
Touche. Nope, another one of those things that you just, yeah, that thing. Cleon, whatever the
Cleon.
heck it's called.
I fought another one in this? No, shot. I fought another Cleon in this episode. No.
Look, once you're done with the stat screen here, you'll
isn't
see
the
you're
stat
fighting another
screen.
Cleon.
This is the combos. This is the combo menu. I'm creating combos to fight.
Oh. Okay, wow, okay, that's a lot. Look, you're gonna see, there is another Cleon.
That's the one thing about Neptunia 1. You actually need to know how the combos work, or else you're screwed. Yep, there's another Cleon.
Told you.
I wish I could actually be there when they were designing Neptunia 1. I want to know what was going through their head. How did we go from a game about Noir rescuing 3 princesses to the console war?
That's a good question. For one, where the heck is the Y? 3 princesses. Don't you mean Neptune or whatever?
No, Neptune was a princess you had to
I'm
rescue.
glad you depend on me.
What the? Okay, I don't. Okay. Okay.
Noir was supposed to be the protagonist of this game because this is a Sony exclusive.
Oh, now I see why.
I should switch
But then they
out.
said, nah, we're gonna make Sega the protagonist because they will never get mad at us for anything.
Uncle,
And lo and behold, Sega never got mad at them for anything.
not easy being an idol.
Yeah.
Okay, Nintendo though, I don't know what they did to piss them off. That was tragic. Literally tragic.
I'll say if we couldn't get the game on the Switch in the West.
I gotta ask myself, why am I editing the way I'm editing in this footage?
That's what I like to know too, because it's strange.
I mean, what's your
Don't think
observation?
I won't be watching.
I feel like you're just trying to edit what keeps the things interesting right here, like them moving, them doing the attacks. You're trying to get as much movement as you can in your editing. That's my opinion.
While true, it's also the same question of why is it that I'm constantly cutting out the attack animation, be it in-game or through editing. I don't know. I don't know at all.
Oh, I didn't know that was editing. I thought you were just fast forward skipping
First of all,
in the game.
you can do it, but even when I miss doing it, I still do it in post.
Huh. I don't know.
Switch, please.
Yep.
My turn.
What are you doing?
I have no
That
idea.
wasn't enough to take me down.
Yeah, I thought so.
All right, level up.
Oh, I'm getting
I-
stronger.
I'm just really hoping that we get something good for the new game.
You have no idea.
Do you think that if the game does bad, the franchise is over or no?
Yes.
Why do you think that?
It wouldn't make sense to pour all these resources into this series if they don't want it to be a success. But given the recent track record of Game Maker Revolution as well as Dogu Riders, I don't think they're having a real winning streak. I realized after Neptunia Virtual Stars, the series has been on a downward trajectory. Prior to that game, Neptunia was constantly rising, it was getting great reviews, but then that game comes out and then we get a massive nosedive. We then get hit with poorly received game after poorly received game. Lo and behold, while Neptunia fans did like Sisters vs. Sisters, the general public really did not like it at all. Game Maker Revolution sold like shit in Japan. Dogu Riders is overpriced worldwide. And furthermore, the Senran Kagura game was an absolute disappointment.
Yep, it certainly was.
The best crossover is the water gun game where you can get Neptune as one of the characters through DLC.
Right, Peach Beach Splash.
Yep.
We found an item.
I still believe that a Neptunia Dead or Alive game could work.
You mean the actual game or the volleyball series?
Peach volleyball. Obviously,
Yeah, that would be
volleyball.
cool.
It's so weird that that series was an Xbox exclusive, and then PlayStation got it.
And they made it fan service.
Well, no, it was always a fan service game. The Extreme Beach Volleyball, that was always fan service. That was on Xbox original.
Oh, I didn't know that actually.
Yeah, like it was. I showed off the covers in one of the episodes. I'm not gonna cut to it again, but if you guys did play those games, like I'm telling you, that was hot back then. Nowadays we look at it as like, man, there was just nothing to watch back then. Honestly, get the tourists out of games, bro. I'm sick of the casuals. I really am.
Shy?
Like, I'm gonna be honest,
Yeah.
we had better games when gaming was like this niche hobby for nerds and creeps who live in their parents' basement. Like, lo and behold, playing games was socially, would give you a social stigma, but man, the games were better that I just don't care. Okay,
It's sad like when games are now socially accepted. It's when things have started going on a downhill trend, sort of.
well, yeah, that's because now we get a bunch of regular people who weren't diehard nerds who just see it as a freaking job, not a freaking passion project. And don't get me wrong, even back then it was all about making money, but I don't know, maybe it's just me, but the mentality going into it was just a very different mentality.
Yeah, I get you.
Okay, when the casual market is in something, things get toned down for mass profits. Okay, and I get it. Okay, we all want to make money here.
This is
It's just
awesome.
no. That was 11 minutes, and I still got an S rank. No shot. No
Wow.
shot.
It's been a while. I've been waiting here so I can explain your
Anyhow, what we were saying. What were we saying? I don't remember.
Funky solicitor.
I don't neither do I.
Saved you.
Okay,
I'm working hard or
so
already working.
finally,
Just since I heard that.
I mean,
Do I
finally,
seem busy?
we're gonna see the freaking Killachine in the original game. How many of those
Oh my
things
God.
have we
Oh.
killed
So envy?
already?
No.
A lot. I don't keep track, but I know we have killed a lot.
Yep. Which
Well,
always
most
does shock me a
manufacturing is
little
done by
bit.
machines now,
Like, man, they really made the Killachine threatening in the original game because of how few times you freaking fight it.
Most of the work is
And
done
every
by
time you fight it, it's a
machines,
real struggle fest.
Anyway,
Now, don't get me wrong,
let's
I
cease
make the
gossiping
Killachine look like
and
my
get to the topic
punk.
at hand.
But the
This
thing is that
facility
I've
was
played this
supposed
game
to
so
be
many
insane.
times, so that makes sense.
It was already
The
closed down
first
2 years
playthrough, you're
back.
gonna struggle on that machine. That machine is gonna
Just
kill you.
abandon a perfectly good building like that? How selfish.
It's one of those things of, it loses the charm after so many times, but to be fair, I still felt it the first time. For Reverse and Rebirth 1, I did not feel it at all. I just got frustrated with how many there were in Reverse.
I don't know if I like this job description.
No, just the
Uh-huh.
items we specified.
Do you know what I am
You can
saying?
Pocket whatever other garbage you find.
Kind of.
Now
Good.
it sounds like we're just getting table scraps. I still don't really like this.
Yeah.
Ooh, what are we looking
It
for?
do be like that.
Bazookas, Lucky strikers,
Yeah.
cardboard boxes.
Less like items, more like materials.
Yep, still, we gotta
Looking for a
be
certain type of raw
in
ore.
cutscene health for a
You want
bit.
3 cute girls rubbing
Sadly.
their delicate hands looking for
Well, at least there's the
rocks?
bottom
What you
screens,
gonna do
which
with
have
rocks
action
anyway?
scenes.
They're
Only one of them.
unrealistically useful.
You
They're
know.
also very scarce since monsters have started to get in the way of our mining. Of course, they're not just normal.
really
rocks.
is.
What?
One possesses
What?
enough energy to power a game console
Oh,
for
top screen?
10,000 years.
Yeah.
10,000
Uh,
years? That's awesome.
David, we
So
saw
we're
this
getting
already in
something really
episode
awesome?
4. What are you forgetting?
Yes, you got it.
A lot.
Product to use
We
that
caught
works.
up to
Their
episode
power
4
outlets are
version of the
notches.
other two games.
We hit the bottom. Those versions never had audio, so I didn't hear, and I couldn't read because it was too small.
How small is your screen?
Standard size for a laptop.
Yo,
That makes
solicitor, what
sense.
did you
I'm
do?
practically looking
What
at
did I
an
do?
old
Oh
TV.
dear, I'm sorry. It seems there was
Yeah.
some
You know,
malfunction and
oh,
the
it's
entrance
TV.
is closed.
There's one thing I've always noticed. The only
Actually,
technology to
this is
ever
all
get cheaper
according to
over
plan.
time, despite
We'll
getting
have your
bigger as time
tasty
goes on,
little
is
girls get
TVs.
eaten by the monsters here.
Huh.
But that's because,
What's
unlike
happening?
other
being
devices like
attacked like this.
smartphones or
Is that
game
the entrance
consoles,
now?
the teams
Uh-oh.
haven't been getting much bigger.
Fine. I guess complete
Okay.
darkness isn't quite fair.
And lo and
Turn a few
behold,
lights on so you can see where you're
they're
going.
they're being paid sweatshop wages anyway, so it's practically
But
dirt
why?
cheap to get a
Don't you
TV.
wanna get the rocks?
Really?
Right.
Seriously believe
Yep.
there are
makes-
rocks
that
able
makes
to power a
sense.
game console for 10,000 years?
What the hell?
Lied about
Netgear
that.
got
Bet you were
one
wild
shot.
about
Did you see that?
This job is from me.
How did that
That's the
happen?
company's name, but
She got
yes.
attacked by an
What
enemy.
we do to
And
you?
all the HP
Why
went to
are you doing
0.
this? I
Again,
thought we were
reverse is
kinda
really
like
hard by
neighbors.
comparison.
I met someone a while back, and since
So,
then,
in other words, if I ever want to
known
do this
about you.
race, I have to pick Rebirth 1.
You're stalking her too?
Yeah.
Were you
And you have to be stuck with Reverse
then.
then.
Lost your memory? No way.
No, you would call the race
way.
rigged and
I
then
know
bitch at
Nap
me
Nap
for an
very
hour.
well, and Nap Nap has only been Nap Nap all this time. You can't be sure
This
of that.
election
I only
is
tested
rigged.
you, though. I was
That's
just
exactly how
joking,
you
okay?
would sound.
Iffy.
Oops, one last thing. This building will explode.
Did you
in a
see
few
that news
minutes.
clip, by the way?
Sorry for the cliche ending.
In 2016?
What? He's gone.
No, what?
This is a clip in 2016 and it's Donald Trump standing in a grass field. And he says on the big ass microphone, this election is rigged.
Oh my god.
Are you listening to me at all? That optimistic one-track mind is your main weakness.
Alright,
and your
behold.
strength.
Finally, the original.
No, we still gotta do the dungeon.
Never mind, fuck it.
We gotta get to the end of the dungeon. But yes, the Killachine is here. Okay. Notice how they make you walk towards it. You gotta go track this thing down. But the thing that's scary about it is that we don't know what we're tracking down. We think we're looking for a mineral. This is a trap. And also, they placed a bomb in the building. If we're not out of here within the time limit, and the game doesn't tell you the time limit because the characters don't know what time limit is, you go kaboom.
Yikes.
Which, by the way, is really dickish. Like, I get it from the perspective of
Wonder what kind
the
items are
lore,
here.
but from the perspective of game design, don't ever do that. Let us know that we have a timer. It's kind of evil, don't you think?
It is, yeah.
And this is one of the few places you can never go back to, so if you don't get the items here, then you can never get 100%.
That is lame.
Item.
I mean, a lot of games used to do that. Tales of Symphonia was infamous for that shit. And a lot of Final Fantasy was infamous for that too. Oddly enough, a game that never did that... No, that's not true. Pokemon did it too. If you don't get the items in the SSN, you can never get those items again.
Ah.
But the difference is those items on the SSN didn't count towards completion. The items in this game do count towards completion. What the hell was that fade to black transition? That did not look right.
That was weird. That was strange.
What were you gonna say?
I'm just saying, I'll give you that transition was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe this series. This is probably the weirdest series I've ever done.
Obtained item.
Probably. Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. I think so, but I mean, you're doing 3 games at once. It was always gonna be kind of strange.
Yeah, trying to pay attention to the games, by the way, is so difficult. I'm trying, but even I struggle.
It is, yeah.
Like, at least I know what's happening when I play the games. Okay, because the thing is, I'm not playing them all at the same time. No, I'm playing them back to back. And you can tell because I'm doing marginally better in Rebirth once. I'm always slightly ahead of it, of Reverse.
Right.
Also, thank God for the newer games increasing the walk speed. Look at how slow Plutia is.
That is really slow.
Okay, all the crap I gave to V2R, at least you could walk a lot faster in that game. I just can't get over the fact that they just make a red filter over everything to signify that something's burning.
Ooh, I got lucky.
You just can't get over that. That's the kind of shit you would see on the Sega Dreamcast, dude. And you know me, I actually do play on the Dreamcast.
I actually didn't know you had a Dreamcast.
You've been to my house and seen it before, what do you mean?
Oh yeah, no, but I have. My bad.
Yeah. Anyhow, slow down on the PS3 version.
Yeah.
Hooray! Another freaking
And
Cleon
yeah,
in the
what
timed
is-
dungeon. Well, to be fair, this is actually dickish.
What is that? The third one this episode?
I believe so. Yeah. I'm still keeping them in. Okay, those have to stay in because they must be studied and analyzed.
Agreed.
Yep. I must say, the more I watch the footage of these 3 games, the less I'm convinced they're the same game. There's no shot these are all remakes and remasters.
Yeah, they're definitely different. We consider remake.
Yeah. I could do this for Pokemon. I should do Soul Silver with Crystal in the back, the other side.
Finish this. Finish it good.
That would be cool, don't you think?
Yeah.
Actually no. Because I'm already doing the Soul Silver Nuzlocke that I haven't finished yet. And you haven't finished your Platinum Nuzlocke.
My turn.
By the way, do you still have your
Wait,
save file?
Yeah, I do. I
Okay,
still have it.
Good, good. Yeah, I made it to Claire and I just kind of stopped for a while, and I'm very sorry about that. I really wish I could keep up, but life gets you busy, man. It really does.
I know that feeling a lot.
Yep. Why does Mages speak like that? Goddess of Purple, should it not be timed?
You better give me something later for switching.
That is... I have no idea what that even... What she meant implying by that.
Suddenly the fire's gone and we can see the sky more clearly now. And honestly, this dungeon looks really cool without the fire.
I'm glad you did.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Just the way it all kind of snowy, so it just looks a lot better than with fire.
And the most tragic thing about it is that I just realized you didn't catch on. This is actually the first dungeon of Mark II. They just added an ice filter.
Not yet.
Oh my god.
I think this would have sold for a good price.
It's 1-to-1 the first dungeon.
Jesus.
Did you notice before I told you?
I do not.
Did you see? Did you see? Yep. Oh man. I mean, that's life, right? That's absolutely life.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
How many of these freaking what are there?
I
Finish
believe
this.
there's
Finish it
one
good.
per dungeon. And
Keep again.
we go through a lot of dungeons in this game. Because this game
Keep going
has
to a,
gameplay. What were we gonna say?
keep going to a lot in this dungeon.
Yeah. And the slowdown is really not helping the speed of the
My
game.
turn.
Yeah, it just really does not.
Oh, also fake White Heart. That doesn't exist in the original game. Something they added because they got rid of plots.
I'm stronger.
So strange.
Yes! Team up! Also, what am I doing at the bottom? Why am I constantly changing outfits and doing things that don't advance the game?
Just for fun?
But I'm trying to
That might
put
get-
on a show, Dave. No, my real question is, why am I leaving it in? Why did I not edit this out?
I have no idea.
We found an item.
I don't know why, but I really want to see Griffin Gaming beat this game. It's just so funny because that guy is so vehemently anti like Japanime content. But he played this game for like 2 hours on his channel.
Ready to go treasure hunting?
That I want to, because the thing is, that guy was taking the piss out of this game. And to be honest, sometimes this game deserves it, not always. It was just funny to me.
Yeah.
My turn.
Anyhow,
Yeah, good me.
note that we're still in cutscene hell. We'll never escape. At least it's not Rebirth 3 cutscenes. Can we take
Oh,
solace? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I wish I didn't.
You want to tell the audience? Because those episodes aren't up yet.
Okay, people, let's just say that the final upcoming episodes, like the final episode we recorded for Rebirth 3, it was like barely any cutscene, not cutscene, what the fuck? No, there was barely any gameplay. Like, at best we can move the map. But that was it. There was no combat, no walking around. It was just cutscene after cutscene after cutscene. It was all so tedious.
It's so funny because I believe when I first started the playthrough, I said Rebirth 3 was my favorite of the Rebirth trilogy. And looking back, I'm asking myself, what was younger me smoking?
That's what I ask myself when I think about Transformers 2. I've said in the past that of the Michael Bay Transformers movie, Transformers 2 is my favorite. But then I rewatched it with some friend, and I'm wondering what the hell was I on?
I wasn't giving up.
Yep, absolutely.
Anyway, I wonder if that guy really thought this was gonna do us in.
But- Yeah.
Well, being trapped inside
Note
a
that
building
Plutia
lined
just
with nasty
stomped
monsters
on
is a big
Whiteheart
deal.
there.
We could have been a meal for any
I mean,
of them,
another worst, another worst thing Plutia has done.
That is true, they were
Yeah,
cellmates
really
in
thought
prison.
this was going to be effective against us.
Most
Yeah.
random fun fact that Louis arrests Blonde at one point, and they put her in the same cell as Plutia.
Fun. What's all the
That had to be intentional, right? There's no shot. they didn't know what she was gonna do.
Yeah, it just had to be.
Please, help! Avenir's robot
And then we get a cutscene like 50 hours later, and it's just Plutia saying, "Wow, Blondie, your breasts are so nice," and Blonde
Oh
just
my
smiles.
I guess that jackass was just trying to keep us busy for a while.
Ugh.
Dude, this
It wasn't
playthrough is gonna
personal
break
after
me.
This is so horrible.
I'm surprised I had that already, given how much you gotta go through.
supposed to work now.
Yep. Anyhow, you want to discuss your thoughts on Plutia, the character?
Absolutely, positively, most
I can't give a full complete on her since I've. Sheer question: how many Killachine have I had to fight Rebirth and Rebirth? In order to only fighting one of them after 30 hours of gameplay, you have to build makes it scarier. 12 Killachine, the Rebirth and 10 in Rebirth is almost luster.
Here I come.
Do you agree?
Yeah,
Look at how
Agreed,
menacing
yeah.
this thing looks, by the way. Look at how tiny Neptune is by comparison.
my God, she's small.
This is smaller than the freaking weapon it holds. Anyhow, okay, so just what you saw of Plutia, your thought of her.
She's an
No.
interesting character. She has a. God, what do I say about Nintendo already? She has
I'll get him. I need
a unique taste, which some people sure might like. Sure, okay, whatever. Plutia herself is. How does Plutia could be cute if she wasn't so sadistic and such.
Don't think I won't be watching.
And then Iris Heart, oh my God, Iris does not know any limit. She knows no bounds. She does not care about consent. She will get you and do whatever the hell she wants. I get what they were trying to make with this kind of character. It could be interesting, but I just think the problem with me with Iris Heart when she does this stuff, she has no repercussions at all for what she does.
It's worse, she gets encouraged by Neptune.
Yeah, that's the worst part. Characterization in V3 wasn't the what I think in Neptunia V wasn't the best from what I've heard.
Well, specifically Neptune's characterization. Everyone else is spot on. Neptune is just what happened to her.
I have no idea, but yeah, that's what I've heard.
I mean, I think the reason you started to not like her is after you heard the audio and it's just Rom crying.
Probably, I think so, yeah. Although, I realize, for finding the Killachine in the first one, you realize that now must be the talking. Also, this is what it looks like. It looks more menacing here, as always.
It looks like a kill machine.
To use more.
Yeah, agreed.
You know, at least for the sake of variety, we're fighting a Whiteheart with yellow eyes instead of red eyes. It's not that much
Yeah.
better, but damn it, that after how many Whiteheart fights?
A lot, quite a lot.
I'm not gonna lie, whenever I watch the screen on the top left, it looks like they're doing a live stream. It really does. Like those old school Japanese live streams from back in the day where the text would go right to left. I think so.
Yeah.
Anyhow, you see how much we're struggling with the fake Whiteheart? And then how easily we're gonna pwn her after this?
Yeah, I kind of noticed that on all the other bosses. I've noticed that.
We have a whole ass arc in Rebirth 1 fighting the fake Whiteheart. And here we are in Reverse, and I think I'm actually going to one cycle her.
Let's switch.
Fake Whiteheart defeated after God knows how long.
Who knows?
Fake Whiteheart almost defeated in one hit. We two-shot her. This is outrageous.
Look at all those slimes.
Slimes? Oh, on Gus' end, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Reverse's screen.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Dude, we freaking two-shot Whiteheart in Reverse. But we have a whole arc in Rebirth 1.
Your characters are powerful.
I like how in the original 2D my characters are still in the 20s.
Yeah.
Like, yep, I don't need to grind. I actually know how to play this game a lot better than the other two. Oh, I finally get to 30s.
Level up!
Level up.
So one of the things you might realize is why we start the cutscenes at later times between Rebirth 1 and Reverse, but somehow end at roughly the same time. It's because the delay between Reverse cutscenes,
We'll fix
as in the
everything
auto
later.
button, is a lot shorter due to the fact that it's on the solid state drive, which means that it's damn near instantaneous, whereas it has to manually load in Rebirth 1 because that's how older games were optimized.
Oh yeah, the test model. You can still
Lo and
Yeah, very hard
behold,
win.
yeah, lo and behold, technology gets better, cough cough, unless you're Pokemon.
So I'm sorry, but
Huh.
I'll have to take it back until after the expo.
Like, I love Pokemon, man. I love the gameplay of Pokemon. I like what Pokemon was like back in the day. I miss my sprite-based game. But man, it's so hard to care about modern Pokemon. It's not even funny.
Maybe for you, I still kind of like it a lot.
Fine, whatever.
I mean, I like
I'll let
the
you borrow
combat.
it
I
for
keep
a
saying
little
this, like,
bit.
Pokemon has not disappointed me once with the combat. It's everything else. But that's it for this episode. Tune in next time for a hunt for the Golden Apple, and then we'll do the return of Neptunia. Goodbye.
Leonardo.